Howdy y'all, my name is Price, and welcome back to some more Satisfactory. Picking up right where we left off, I'm gonna grab some copper out of our miner over here, and then run on back over in this direction. I changed a little bit with my recording setup, so hopefully it should be running a lot smoother than it did last time. I know I dropped a couple times in FPS. Probably not noticeable to most of y'all, but we over here, we're a bit of perfectionists sometimes. So I'm going to get that second constructor set up, and then we are going to get on to the next stage of our hub here. Hub upgrade 3. Because we need to just make some plates, which we've been making. I need some reinforced plates is what I was working on last time. So let's just make as many as we can right now. Okay. And let's get that constructor going. So we wanted to get a second constructor because we know we're going to want more metal plates from this ore here. And I'm just going to put it like... Sometimes it's a little bit tricky to line up, but that's why you use the hold control down tool. And we're going to do it like right there. Okay, cool. How many slots do you have on you left? You're currently at capacity, so that's fine. You know, we're going to move this guy just a little bit. Like I said, never a problem to just pick something up and move it because you get all of the resources back. So just as long as you've got your inventory clear. If you don't have your inventory clear, also fine, because it'll just drop on the ground where you are. Okay, so let's get this guy set up. And we'll switch this one also to iron plates. Let's grab out of you. Oh, let's put some more ore in ya. Let's grab these ingots. Let's throw them in here. And let's quickly just make sure that all these are topped off with the ore. And once we can get this stuff automated, you guys, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it, because I know you will, because I love it. Let's get more of that in there. Take all these ingots out. Perfect. Same deal over here. Just making sure we're all on top of this stuff. Right, you're full. More ingots. And they go a lot faster than I do, right? So that's the other part, is that they are more efficient than I can ever be. Let's throw the ingots in here. And actually, you know what? Let's take those out. Let's split that stack. Right-click to split, and you can even do, like, if you hold it down, you can even do, you know, specific sets of numbers. So that's a very useful little bit of information there. Sorry, I didn't tell that to you last time. Let's drop these in here. Oh, this guy already has like 60 of them in there. Cool, perfect. And we're going to run back. Do that. And let's grab all of the plates that they've made so far. There's 14 there. And 6 here. And look, we're already almost at what we need. Let's get that second reinforced plate made. Okay. And let's drop that in here. Boop, boop. And now we just need those plates. So how you doing on plates for me, baby? We're at 60. And do I have any iron on me? I do. So you know what? We'll just manually make the last few that we need to make and get this hub upgraded. And we'll see what we're going to have in terms of resources next. What you saw that I did there, I just went ahead and I put some stuff in there. You don't have to have all of it when you go to put it in your hub for upgrading. So if you're like, oh man, I need 75 of these and I only have 70, you can still put the 70 in there and just get it out of your inventory, right? Get it out of your hair. You're not worrying about it anymore. And sometimes that can be really nice just to clear up some inventory space. By the way, there is also a sort function. There is a store all, take all function. So there's lots of great things for dealing with your inventory. So we've upgraded our hub again. I believe that gives us, oh, not quite at research yet, but soon.
Congratulations.
So what do we have now?
You have unlocked new buildings and blueprints, which can be found in the build
Conveyors.
menu and bench, respectively.
Awesome. All right, we have conveyors, we have foundations, so we can actually build walls and things.
Upgrade, additional power. Advice. When planning the construction of buildings, note the placement of conveyor belts. Caution. Overloading the power network guarantees suboptimal performance.
So right now you can see I am actually setting up our conveyor belts. That's 3 now on my hotbar there. And literally all you do is, here, I'll show you again. You click 3, so you're on conveyor belt mode. Look at the output. Go to an input. Click, and it automatically sets it up for you. It automatically gets things going. Conveyor belts do not cost power themselves. You can take resources off of a belt if you want to as it's going by. Just like in Factorio. Very similar to Factorio. And again, like she was saying, you do want to plan around the angles of how these things work. And let's say I wanted to have a specific belt go from one place to another. You can use these conveyor poles. You can put that down, put a conveyor from one to another, and that would let you kind of curve it in a specific way or do something in a specific way, however you would like to. We still have only the one burner, so I am not going to really try and expand our power network yet, because we can't build another burner yet. But let's see what we need now. 100 plates, 20 concrete, a bunch of cables, and some more of those. So let me just quickly clear these out, make sure we got 100 in each. So I need you full. And same over here. And then we'll go grab some copper from our other side and go grab some more limestone for concrete, although we probably don't even need to grab the limestone now that I think about it. Whoops, didn't mean to grab y'all. I meant to grab y'all. That's okay, because I can do this. I can go you, and let's throw those ingots in manually. Perfect. Okay, and so these guys, they're going to make my plates, no problem. How are we doing on actual limestone on me? Did I put it away? I did. Okay, cool. So let's make as much concrete as we need. Just get that out of the way. And we might even have enough stuff to make the wire. Nah, we probably don't have enough to make the wire. Or the cable, rather. I'll make as many as I can, but we're going to need to... Oh, yeah, we have tons of copper on us. That's right. Cool. Perfect. So, hub upgrade. Let's select that milestone. Let's get our concrete in there, our cables in there. Let's make some iron ingots. And so what I could do now, actually, if we wanted to, is instead of having this guy making me cables or plates, let me grab all these, and we're going to switch production over to rods. So now this one's going to make me rods. That one's making me plates. So now we're diversifying, and we're getting both sets of resources that we need made. Now, we're going to see some differences here, and these are some, numbers that are important to monitor when you're trying to go for efficiency, okay? So if we look here, we see that we can produce 30 iron ore per minute, okay? Or not iron ore, 30 iron ingots per minute, okay? And it's always per minute is kind of the number that they're running on. Let's go fill this guy up too. Now, that 30 per minute compared to this can process 2 iron ingots at 30 per minute, all right? Means we are producing 1 iron plate 15 times per minute, okay? So this is actually a 1-to-1 ratio here, because if we're getting 30 iron ingots per minute and 15 iron plates per minute, then that's a 1-to-1, right? So that's good. That's a good turnover. It should be using up these resources basically as quickly as it's getting them. And even as we watch, you can see it'll go up to 61 and then right back down. Okay, so this is a good ratio here. That should never stop. This guy over here is doing 15 per minute and 15 per minute. Once again, good ratio. Should be equal. Should be just about dead even. So the ratios here are good. And once we get our automatic miners, we should see, I think, again, that they will produce at 30 per minute as well. So the ratios for these resources early on, pretty straightforward. Later on, we're going to perhaps face some more complex algorithms that we're going to have to deal with. And especially as we start to overclock and alter the way that our machines work, we're going to need to deal with that. So we might have all of the plates that we need. Yep, there's our 100 plates. So do I have any iron on me? I do. Let's quickly make some more ingots so that I can make my own iron rods. We'll get to this next one real fast, because then we're going to be able to get those automatic miners, and that's going to just save us so much time, especially once we have a second burner, so we can have enough, essentially enough power to handle all that. All right. Man, oh man, I love these types of games. I love automation stuff. And now, I might not be the most efficient. I'm going to do my best to be efficient, because I do really like to be as efficient as possible when I do games like this. We may do a lot of tearing things down and building them back up and experimenting with stuff as we go through the series, because I don't want to necessarily hamstring myself too much by trying to be too perfect early on. Sometimes good enough is good enough. Let's remember, this is not a science game. This is an engineering game. And there's a difference between those things. It's not a design game, we'll say. It's an engineering game. Design is about perfection. Engineering is about effectiveness. Okay. Boom. Perfect. So, next upgrade. Still no research yet. But we can now build...
Congratulations. You have unlocked hub feature, additional
storage
biomass
containers.
generator. New
and
building,
miners.
which can be found in the build menu.
So
Ninth
let
objective,
us
hub upgrade,
get these
molecular
going.
analysis. Note, to ensure full mastery of skills and equipment, I have been asked to not interfere with this last objective. Good luck.
So I picked up our miner because we're going to need to do that in order to put down our electric miner. And this sucker is the best. I just want to make sure I line this up. That's going to have to be... Hopefully that's straight enough. Let's find out. I may need to move some stuff. Perfect. Look at that. So, what I had said before was that I'm going to need to put down another power pole here. Ooh, I need to get some wires. I think we have copper on us. Because once we have this, then boom, automated, this whole process is going to be going. And we got a second biomass burner. How are you doing on fuel, by the way? All right, you're doing fine. This guy's all forward out. Yeah. So I am actually going to quickly... We're going to reassess some things. Let's make some copper wire. Plenty of copper ingots on me, so I'm not too worried. We're going to go also set up our copper automation. Essentially, with the 2 biomass burners that we're going to have here, we will be able to produce enough... should be able to produce, I should say, enough power to automatically produce plates, rods, and copper wires on 2 fully powered burners. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set a power pole right here. And I'm going to set you to here. Missing cables. I need cables. Because I use them all. Okay. It's fine. That's why we are right next to one of these suckers. Give me some cables. Give me some cables. And then also, I need more wires just to have on me. Okay. Now, cables. We're going to hook up to you. And then I'm going to disconnect this. So our power's going to shut down for a second. In all of our machines. And connect up you. And then we're going to connect up you. And it's all good because they had enough power stored up to get through it, I believe. Now I can power up this guy with the little bit that we have. Now we're up to 40 megawatts. Perfect. Let's grab all this out of here. And I'm going to just quickly make a bunch of biomass. Ooh, and biomass from wood is actually better. I say better. It's quicker to make is the only real issue. So I actually don't even need to mess with the leaves. Okay. So let's top you off with that. And then we will do 200 in there. And we're good. These things are going to be powering this for a while. We got 40 megawatts. We can definitely get all of our stuff set up and moving along. So what do we want to do in terms of automation? Well, one of the other things that we're able to build now is actually a storage container. Now, did we... Oh, I need to set up both of these miners. So let's actually build our next power line, because I hadn't set this up yet. That's good. And you're going to connect to this guy, and look at this. Let's watch. Do the thing. Do the thing. Do the thing. Come on. I know you wanna. I can hear it. I can hear it! Hey, flower bird, can you hear it? It's doing a thing! Look at it. There we go. So now, automatic processing. From there, into here. And then, iron ingots come out the front. Go straight into here and produce for us our plates. Now, we're going to set up another one of those over here as well. So we're going to pick this up. And we are going to create a miner. We need one more concrete. Okay. It's all those power poles that I made. Concrete. So I am going to need to take one little trip up to go and get a bunch of limestone for some of our milestone stuff, but it's not going to be as big of an issue. Because I will eventually also set up automatic concrete production. So let's get our miner. Same deal as last time. I would like it to be as pointed in this direction as possible, just for the straightest line. Conveyor in, and then power on. Perfect. So now that guy's going to be set up as well. So what I'm going to do next, and this is mostly for temporary use, but I may in the future... Oh, I need a bunch of rods. In the future, I may... Look at all those rods. Move these around. But I'm going to make some storage so that these guys can... they won't get limited to their 100 limit. And one of the cool things about storage, and so I will do this just for y'all's benefit, is that you can actually stack these. So I'm going to put one here and one on top. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to say, hey, conveyor, I would like for you to come to, we'll say, here. And then I want you to go into there. And then for this one, I want you to go up. Was that too steep? Messing with clearance. What clearance? All right, hold on. We can mess with this. Well, you can go to there. So then can you... Oh, man. Well, then. I think it might be the power poles. It's weird. Because if I do this... Oh, but it's pointed the wrong way. Wait, is that... Oh, this guy's pointed the wrong way, I think. Hold on. Let me check. He was pointed the wrong way. That's what the problem was. That's funny. Okay. So then you can go up there. Perfect. Okay. So now plates will automatically go into this giant storage container, which can hold quite a lot of them. And rods are going into this container. So now I don't have to go over to my machines to mess with any of that. All I have to do is run over here, and I'll be able to grab those resources. So the next thing I want to do is let's set up an automated copper mining, refining, and production in order to make copper wire. So let's get everything together that we need for that. So what are we going to need? We're going to need one of these. We're going to need one of these. We're going to need one of these. And we're going to need one of these. So what do we need? We need 10 iron plates, 20 iron rods. We're good on those. We need 3 reinforced plates. We need some concrete and some cables. We've got everything that we should need. I'm going to make some more cables. And I'll have to go get more concrete. And then let's make these reinforced plates. Oh, cool. We already actually have enough screws. Okay, so we should be good now to make all that stuff. And the portable miner that we need is over here. So I'm not going to bring this stuff. I'm not going to have it bring all the way out to there. We're just going to have it set up over here because there's no real huge reason for that. I will need to go get some more limestone, though, for concrete so that I can build power poles out to here. But we can still get the thing set up. So let's first pick that up. Then let's hit Q, get our miner. Let's bring it just straight out this way, I think. It's just fine. Let's set up our smelter. Kind of put it just straight in a line, I guess. Let's get our, not you, constructor. Okay, this should be straight in a line. And then let's get our storage. Come on. Can you not go straight? Oh, there we go. It's like there's something in the way. Okay, cool. And honestly, I'm fine with that kind of being stuck in the wall here because I'm not planning on using this to go into anything else. We may do a splitter off of this at some point. I may move everything around, but for literally what we're trying to do right now, this is all I need. So then we got conveyor belt 1, conveyor belt 2, conveyor belt 3. And I'm going to go ahead and take all of that copper ore that I had just grabbed and throw that in there. And let's see. Do I have enough stuff to make a couple power poles? I'm gonna need several. So let's just go get our limestone real quick, and then we'll get this set up. So this way, we're gonna set this up. Oh, and let's go ahead and set this to be making wire. So once we get that powered on, then that'll be automatically producing us all the wire that we could need. And then I should go check the milestone that's going to be our next milestone. But ultimately, we have done a pretty good job of actually getting some real automation happening now, right? I don't even have to pay attention to all the iron stuff anymore. It is now producing for me plain old iron rods and plain old iron plates. And later on, we may do some stuff to mess with that to get some more out of it. Maybe we're going to go and set some stuff up so that we can find another iron node and then use that for production of maybe reinforced plates. Or maybe we split up some of our iron over here and like overclock some stuff. Who knows what we're going to do. I'm going to leave you there. Now, you do take fall damage, so I'm going to be a little bit careful here. But I think, yeah, because... Ooh, ouch. No, we're good. Because I put this machine here, boop, I can just land on my machines. And I'm good. I'm safe. Perfect. Okay. So let's head over here. Let's get some concrete made so that we can then bring our power out to here. Now, sometimes you may want to. Personally, I like to have one giant power grid in games like this. I find it a lot easier. Just put all the power in one spot and connect the entire grid up together. Sometimes you may want to have satellite bases with their own separate power grid, right? Eventually, we'll be able to build more of our burners. And so I could put a burner over there, have it have its own self-contained power grid, and then I don't have to worry about if power goes out for that, if it's going to affect the rest of the network, right? But me personally, I like one centralized power grid. Okay, we're doing fine on power. Let's make some concrete. And like I said, I would automate concrete production, or frankly, I will, but not quite yet, because there's our other biomass burners. Because we won't be able to produce enough power to power all of this stuff, all the copper stuff, and that. It's like just under what you would be able to do, which is a little frustrating, I won't lie. How many power lines do you have? You have 4, you have 2, you have 3, perfect. So, Mr. 3 over there, you're going to connect up to this guy. And there is a finite limit to how far these power lines can go, but they can go pretty dang far. So I like to kind of really push it to the limit. So we are going to set up this power pole. Can I put it up in here? I like to put them on top of stuff, too, when you can. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. It just depends on the angles. Nope, can't put it on there. So that's fine. So we're going to put it just like right here. And you can connect it from a massive distance as well, just in terms of as long as you can see it. Boom, that was connected up. Does take more cable that way, obviously, which I realize I'm now going to need to make more cable. That's fine. Just to actually connect these things up. Okay, so let's at least get this stuff going. So that's one connected up and another connected up. And then let's go run back, make a couple cables so that I can get that guy hooked up, and then we're pretty dang good. And then what we'll do is we'll connect that guy at the end to the power pole that'll be up there for the limestone production. And the limestone will actually bring off that cliff all the way down onto here, so it's easier for me to get to, so I don't have to worry about that as well. Okay, so cables. And eventually we will automate cable production as well. Ain't that neat? Just going to get a couple of these going, just so we have them. And then as far as concrete is concerned, we actually have almost just enough concrete. So I think I'm just going to make the concrete and put it away. And then I'm going to go check how many rods and plates we have for it as well. So let's get the concrete in there. Okay. And let's get this production up, because we know we want to. 2. I want to connect you to you. Perfect. So now, this guy will start getting some wires made. Yep, there's our wires. All that production is looking good. Let's look at some numbers. You are producing 120 per minute. That is a lot. Wow, that's a lot. And you are only using 30 per minute. So, we are definitely going to be able to split this into 4 uses. So we'll be able to make a second furnace here. We could make more of the copper cables if we wanted. We could make another set to make cables rather than the wires. We could do a lot with that. That is a lot of copper, because this is a pure node, and a pure node is going to produce more. But wow, I didn't realize how much more. That's huge. That's a lot. Let's look really quickly at our production. We're only using 24 megawatts. That's actually less than I expected, which is good. So right here you can see this isn't giving us maybe nearly as much as you might expect. And that's because, these wires, it does make them 1 at a time instead of 3 at a time like we do. But eventually when we come back, there's going to be so much of it left that we're going to be like, oh, wow, this is never a problem ever again. Because wires are something that you use every now and then, but it's really plates and rods and things that are the more abundant stuff. What level is this? This is a pure iron node. So it's also producing 120 per minute. So we could split off from here, no question. As a matter of fact, we're going to want to do that at some point. That's good to know. I didn't realize that these were all pure nodes. Is this a pure node as well? Oh, it is. Okay, so we're going to be able to get a lot out of these miners here. That's really nice, honestly. We're going to have to move stuff around to give enough space for splitters, because I don't think I'm going to be able to put a splitter in here, but we don't have splitters yet, so what am I worrying about at the moment? How am I doing on my rods and my cables, or on my plates? got enough rods. Let's go up this ladder. And got enough plates. Let's put all that stuff away. Perfect. Plates. Plates. Rods. Rods. Did I not grab them all? I didn't grab them all. Could have sworn I double clicked, but maybe I didn't. Whee! Okay. And then let's just quickly make some wires. We've got a ton of copper ingots on us, so we might as well. And I can even make some more copper ingots if I need to. But yeah, so being able to split those two, each of those two nodes off into, what, 8 furnaces worth of ingots, that's going to allow us a lot of production that we can squeeze into one space. But we might have to build vertically. I might need to build a foundation base setup that will allow me to kind of build up into a building that will give us the ability to really, take advantage of all of that iron, because we're going to quickly run out of ground space. So building up is going to be the way to go, I think. Okay, let's make a bunch more wires. So that'll be interesting, because working with that stuff, it's a little tricky, but I'm up for the challenge, I think. We're definitely going to have to get that limestone production automated, which, looking at the numbers of how much power my stuff is using now, I think we should be able to actually do it now if we really wanted to. But who knows? Let's go check how many we produced over here. I'm shocked by how much iron's coming out of those. I think that on my other file, I'm just using like normal nodes or maybe even weak nodes, so I haven't had that much resources coming straight out of the ground. Boom, 140, easy. So this will get us up to the next level of our hub. So that'll be nice, just to be able to open up our ability to really expand our base, and honestly to expand my power production, because the more power I got, the more I can really do what I would love to do. All right. Whoops. Didn't mean to escape there. We are upgraded. Look at it. Now we can research. Now we can do all kinds of stuff. How are y'all doing on power?
Hub feature, molecular analysis machine, also known as the MAM. Building, biomass burner. Building, space elevator. Equipment, object scanner. Equipment, beacon. Motivational message. Congratulations, you succeeded in every provided task. On behalf of Fixit Incorporated, I thank you for your current and future service.
Thank you, lady.
Additional knowledge. The hub terminal has been converted to give access to milestones there to ensure you progress along Fixit-approved protocols.
So, we've now got new...
The MAM provides the opportunity to send samples of xenobiology and other materials I deem relevant to R&D in exchange for appropriate rewards.
So this is our research chamber.
Future developments should be aimed at constructing the space elevator and thus initiating project assembly. Good luck.
I'm researching alien carapace here, so once this is done researching, that'll give us access to some more stuff to research here. As you can see, we have 2 tiers that we can go through here, and there's a space elevator lock here. So if we go to our production tab, our specials building, one of the big buildings that we're going to have to build, and I hope I can build it in the water, because wouldn't that be so cool, is the space elevator, which is absolutely massive. I can't even show you how big it is. Like, there, you can kind of see. Like, can I compare? How do I compare these to a summer's day? Look at that. Like, look how big that is compared to the stuff we've already built, right? It dwarfs the hub. And it goes all the way up into the sky because it's a space elevator. I would love to be able to build it, yeah, like right there in the middle of the ocean. I mean, that's neat, isn't it? Like, wouldn't that be cool? If that's where our space elevator is, it's going to make it super inconvenient for me to get stuff to, but that also is kind of awesome. I think we're going to do that. I think we have to do that, honestly. So that'll be a goal of ours soon, but as you saw, also, it takes a lot of resources, so we're not going to get there right away. We're going to probably want to complete all of these others, or most of these other milestones, before we get the space elevator going. So what are these milestones that we're going to be able to make? Well, we can get biofuel through utility, which is a far more efficient and longer lasting fuel that you get from biomass. It does take a lot more resources to make. Could be something useful for us to research. Logistics gives us those splitters and mergers. I think this might be the first thing that we'll do. Personal storage gives us more inventory slots, allows us to build little personal storage boxes. Conveyor walls are walls that allow us to have conveyors coming in and out of them. This also gives us stairs. So this will be really useful for, like I was saying, making those structures that will become our future factories. Tier 2, we get part assembly, so we can build an assembler, which would allow us to make machines that can make more complex stuff. So as you've noticed so far, everything that we've had has been one input, one output, right? The assembler will take 2 inputs for 1 output. So, for example, if you wanted to make reinforced plates, that requires both screws and iron plates. That's how you're going to make those, is by using the assemblers. Back to it. What else? Rotors and modular frames, those are useful for building things. The chainsaw is going to be very important in my opinion, because that will allow us to get these trees for biofuel. And like I said early on, especially with this being they say it's difficult to find biomass, although we haven't really had that much issue finding it. Trees will be a great resource for that because wood is far more efficient. Beyond that, jump pads, they're just kind of fun. Don't need them. Walkways, again, for buildings, but not super useful. So it's really going to be these first 2 and these 4 are what we're going to want to focus on. And I think for me, this will be the first one that we want to get is the logistics. So let's go ahead and see where we're at with all of these resources that we are producing. We're at 91 here. We are at 96 here. Let's just put away as much as we can. 129, 106. Gosh, I have so much iron ore on me that I just want to get rid of. I kind of want to just put it in here for now, and then later on I'll find a way to... I'll use it to jumpstart some machines later on. We're just put all this ore away for now, though. See how many copper wires we got going. But we are kind of coming up on where I imagine I'll end this episode. One of the first things that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to build another biomass burner. It'll give us 20 more megawatts into our power grid. So every biomass burner gives you 20. We're currently pushing around, 25. So we still do have a good 15 ceiling, but then every now and then you see we pop up into 34. So that's when we just all of our machines are able to turn on at once, because sometimes they're waiting, right? Like the 340, nice. The our miners, right, are constantly waiting for power because they are producing so many resources. So really our upper ceiling is closer to about 35 megawatts. So that's why waiting to do the limestone thing is going to be smarter for us. So I think the next thing that we'll do is we will focus on setting up some more power. I'll probably build essentially like a little power plant where we'll add maybe 4 or 5 burners, an excessive amount, so that I just don't have to worry about it. And then we will expand our production, because right now we're making the basic resources that we need to accomplish most of these goals at a level that is sufficient, I would say. Not efficient enough, but it'll get it done eventually. And so that'll be our goal. So with that, y'all, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. I hope you've been enjoying the series. If you have been, do let me know down below to make sure that these guys are always full. And yeah, that's going to be where we're going to end it, y'all. So thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, please be sure to give this video a like, a favorite, subscribe to the channel. What are you, Rock? Are you a useful rock? You are a useless rock. But with that, my name has been Price, and I will see y'all next time.